Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Shamati and today I'm going to review few skincare products from Shady skincare brands. So I'm using this term shady loosely here for lack of transparency, then fear mongering, then questionable claims, ugly marketing plans, whatever, and for being the destroyer of my skin. But hey, there are many people who find me to be shady as well. There must be few people who find you to be shady because we are the villains in someone else's story. I read it somewhere. Sounds cool. We are entitled to have our own opinions, but we gotta have an open mind too, and I'm all for second chances. So coming back to this shady skincare brand, I'm not in this alone. We are in this together because I have taken few polls. Thank you so much for taking out your time, writing those reviews, taking part in those polls. Very helpful. So the first brand I have is Mamaearth. No, let's not talk about Mamaearth right now because I have made rants about this brand for so many times. So let's start with some other brand. Let's start with this one, M Caffeine. So why I find this brand to be shady? They write on their packaging and on their website that they are FDA approved. I mean, if you see, the FDA approved thing is written on their website and on the packagings of their products, what would you think? Many people told me M Caffeine and Mamaearth, even Mamaearth has this FDA approved things going on. So M Caffeine and Mamaearth, these brands are FDA approved, so they have to be very good. I mean, like, no, FDA doesn't approve skincare products or cosmetics. They just approve the dye, the color that is being used in skincare products, and a brand cannot use just any color. They have to use colors or dyes that are proven to be safe for our skin. So they are taking this out of context and they are trying to make their brand come across like their products are FDA approved. This is silly because skincare and cosmetic products can be FDA regulated but not FDA approved. So this is a thing. So I tried their face mask. It was average. Their body scrub didn't work that well for my skin. I didn't like the texture. It felt kind of harsh on my skin, but I learned from the poll that the scrub has worked for many people. I mean, their body scrub. And this time I tried two products from this brand. First one is their coffee shampoo, which is quite good, I would say. It is a mild shampoo, but if you use silicone based products for your hair, it won't be enough to rinse off the buildup. And these days I'm washing my hair like twice or thrice in a week. So what I'm doing, once in a week I'm using this mild shampoo, and on the other day I'm using a shampoo that can rinse off the buildup. So in that case, this shampoo didn't make my hair and scalp feel dry. It is okay as a mild shampoo. I didn't face any extra hair fall because of this shampoo. And the next thing I tried, I hate is their coffee scalp scrub. The granules are big and harsh, and I know they cannot use small fine granules because then it would be very difficult to rinse off from hair. So how we use this product? So before shampooing, we wet our hair, then we take this scrub and we massage it on the scalp, just on the scalp. Then after like 3-4 minutes we rinse it. That's all. My poor scalp, I was not thrilled. It felt harsh. The granules are vicious. The smell of this product is vicious. My scalp felt oily after using this product and it was burning a bit. It felt irritated. It smells vicious. It has few surfactants, so it creates a mild foam as well, so it also helps in cleansing the scalp. So I think, using this scalp, then using shampoo, I overwashed my scalp and hair. That might be the case. They say that it has natural AHA. I mean, natural AHA, I get that, but we don't know the percentage of AHA, and I saw the ingredients list. It comes way later in the ingredients list, so I don't think it even has the functional percentage, and I really don't think this product is helpful. I won't buy this again. I'm gonna finish using this as a foot scrub because I don't know what to do else with this product. Then I received one hand cream from this brand for free, which was okay, but I'd recommend Exiderm cream for your hands rather, because that cream is way better and way more affordable. Then I got the sample of their face scrub. I don't like physical scrubs for my face, but the texture tells me that it can work well as body scrub. And then I got this cleanser, and this is for oily to normal skin, and I used this. It felt kind of drying on my skin, and I have to tell you, my skin is on the dry side, but the pH of this product is good. I have checked it. It has pH between 5 to 6. I might try more of their body and hair care products, but their facial care products I'm not interested. Recently I have seen they have come up with new creams. I'm not that interested. I mean, the ingredients didn't interest me much. So this is M Caffeine, and Suri writes that their coffee body scrub has worked for her, and their Choco face mask has worked too for her dry skin. I'm so happy to know that. Then Lavina writes that their body scrub and polishing oil have worked for her. Born with Charm writes that their face scrub was so harsh on her skin, she didn't like that, but their body scrub and body butter have worked for her. Coel writes that M Caffeine body scrub is awesome. So I can see their body scrub has worked for many people. The next brand, I mean, I'm gonna crown this brand as the shadiest brand ever. Seriously, this is Patanjali. मेरी तो बहुत जली after I heard the things the co-founder of this brand, Mr. Ramkrishna Yadav, has said regarding COVID patients. He was mocking the patients who are trying to breathe, who are having difficulty in breathing, and he was insulting the doctors, which is not cool. I mean, why do you do that without any scientific basis, you know? Just empty, shallow words, hurtful words, you know. It was so hurtful even to hear those things, and I just don't support this brand. I didn't buy anything from this brand because I don't want to give my hard-earned money to this brand, and their skincare products are really bad. I tried their aloe vera gel long time back. It was green, stinky, a joke in the name of aloe vera gel. They don't mention the full ingredients. I tried the cleanser from this brand. It was harsh, not good. So quality wise and philosophy wise, I don't connect with this brand, so I'm not gonna buy anything from this brand. I'm not gonna recommend you this brand. So the third brand is shady brand according to me, Dot and Key. I find this brand to be shady because I find their products to be more of like gimmicky. I just feel like they're more focused on their packaging, which is stolen from some other brand, I think Fraudia. I mean, there are many brands who are doing this, like stealing the packaging and ideas. So this is not new. They are not the only one who is doing this. And I'm not interested in their actives and moisturizers. The ingredients don't interest me. So this time I bought their lip slipping mask. So I need to tell you one thing. I heard that this brand mentions the full ingredients on the packaging, but they didn't mention the full ingredients for this lip balm. I was like, why? This is the small size. This is a 15 ml size. Full size is of 30 ml, but still I'm paying 300 rupees. This is not done. Full ingredients list or transparency is not just a suggestion, it is a requirement. And this product is not bad actually. It feels nice on the lips, but I prefer more buttery lip products for night. It has light oil kind of texture. The color, I like the color actually. And about hydrating and moisturizing my lips, I found this to be kind of average. I prefer my Body Shop Shea Butter Lip Balm over this. Even the Mom's Co Lip Balm, Cherry Lip Balm, though those things are not tinted. And this is not bad if you're looking for something tinted light, and the quantity is good actually. I have been using this for a month, but see, there is still so much product left, but the ingredients list is not there, the full ingredients. So if you have 30 ml of this product, let me know if they have given you the full ingredients list on the packaging. But still, it doesn't make any sense to me why they won't provide the ingredients list with this product. So this is for Dot & Key, and Biba writes that the moment I found they put in gallons of perfume, I ran in opposite direction. Okay, I can relate. I try to avoid fragrance in my leave-on facial care products, like anything. Anum writes that their glycolic toner has worked really well for her. I'm so happy to know that. Prami writes that their vitamin C and salicylic acid serum has worked for her. Even their vitamin C mask and matcha green tea mask and AHA BHA pill have worked for her. So very good. I'm very happy to know that. Shweta writes that she has tried their AHA toner, which worked to some extent, but she doesn't like the fragrance at all. I hope they come up with fragrance-free products. So the next brand is Aroma Magic, and I have tried many products from this brand when I was in college. My skin got ruined, you know, and that time I blamed my skin. I thought my skin is bad. And I thought skincare products, they are supposed to help our skin, they are not supposed to destroy our skin. And I didn't know much about skincare, but now I know those things just ruined my skin. And mostly because they believe in merging aromatherapy and skincare together. In aromatherapy, they use essential oils to stimulate our smell receptor. It may help with anxiety and other stuff. I prefer to keep my skincare and aromatherapy separate. And essential oils, I'm not a big fan of essential oils. They mostly have fragrant components. They have components that are known to be irritating for our skin, and I am just not a big fan. Maybe my body care products and wash-up products, essential oils, I can tolerate, but for my leave-on facial care products, I avoid essential oils because I don't find them to be beneficial for skin. But if essential oils, they work for you, then very good, but it is something that I won't endorse because I don't believe in their benefits. This time I have tried this conditioner from this brand, which turned out to be good. My hair felt soft and manageable, and I don't apply this on my scalp, just on my hair. The thing is, when I see the ingredients list, I don't think they have mentioned the full ingredients, to be very honest. I don't know if I'm wrong or right because I don't see the base, and it is one water-based product, so I don't see the preservative in there, and it has this white kind of cream-like texture, so there should be some base to it, you know, some thickener and all I see as the first few ingredients are like water, glycerin, aloe gel, few extracts, charcoal powder, then again few extracts and essential oils. So it doesn't make any sense to me how they're creating the creamy base, and that's why I don't think they are mentioning the full ingredients. But it is a wash-up product, and as a conditioner it is okay. It worked well for my hair. And will I try serums, moisturizers, sunscreens from this brand? No, I won't. I won't try anything for my face from this brand. Maybe I'll try body wash, maybe body lotion, maybe, and hair care products. Even they have coffee scrub, mineral scrub, which have been marketed for facial skin, but I think those things would work better on the body. And if they come up with a body mist or fragrance or perfumes, I would maybe invest my money in those things because their products do smell nice. So this is for Aroma Magic, and Sandhya writes that their lavender face wash, vitamin C cream and cucumber sunscreen lotion have worked for her. Monisha writes that their tea tree cleanser didn't work for her, made her skin feel dry, but the castor oil has worked for her. Yeah, Aroma Magic has this selection of fatty oils which can be good. Then Sania writes that their shampoos have worked for her. So the last brand for this part 1 is Mamaearth. So I find this brand to be shady for so many reasons, because their marketing claims, they are so aggressive with their marketing. It is said that they use bots, not cool. And their products, I have tried their aloe gel, which was bad. Their onion hair mask didn't work for me. Their Uptan cleanser was very harsh. I have made one video about this like long time back, I think 1 year back. The audio is not that good, but yeah, you might find that video to be helpful. And this time I bought this body lotion from this brand. This is Cocoa body lotion for dry skin. It is actually good. I can't believe I'm saying this, but yeah, it is good. It moisturizes my skin, and I think they have mentioned the full ingredients here. It has fragrance, it is the last ingredient, and overall this is not a bad product, you know. But I won't trust this brand for my facial care products like serums, sunscreens, moisturizers. I don't trust this brand yet, but if they come up with something nice someday, maybe I might try. But yeah, I'm not gonna try serums from this brand. The body care products, the body wash, maybe, but this brand is so shady, you know, somewhat. I don't feel that good, you know, buying products from this brand, because I have heard so many bad things about this brand. Even my experience had been quite not good. This product fortunately worked, this body lotion, so I'm like, okay, thank God. I also did the poll and many people found their products not to be helpful. Their plastic positive claim is shady as well. So yeah, not a big fan of this brand. So Rumi writes that onion shampoo and conditioner from this brand caused her hair fall, and their Uptan cleanser gave her rash. So bad. Yeah, their Uptan cleanser is very harsh. It is alkaline. I have tested the pH. And their apple cider vinegar moisturizer is good for dry skin, so it worked for her. Neon writes that she will never buy Mamaearth products. Maybe good for you, seriously. I hope this brand improves, you know. Jeannie writes, hi Jeannie. So she says that she doesn't believe their fraud ethics, but their body wash for newborns is awesome and so gentle that you can use it as face wash. I might try that, and I'm so happy that it worked for you. Princey writes that she tried few skincare products from this brand but didn't work for her sensitive skin, and there are other many helpful comments and reviews, so please check out the polls. You'd find that to be very helpful. So it was the part 1. Part 2 is coming very soon, and thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe if you want to watch more videos like this. See you very soon. Bye bye.